Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing another video game review, and that will be of Super Mario 3D Land for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, Super Mario 3D Land is the newest adventure for our good old plumbing hero Mario, and it is the first major Mario title on the 3DS. If you don't count Mario Kart 7. But that's the Mario Kart series. We're talking about the main Mario series. And the major draw for this Mario title is, one, it is a full-fledged 3D adventure for Mario. Two, is it utilizes all the features of the 3DS, including the 3D features, the gyroscope, so on and so forth. And finally, it is a Mario game that pays somewhat of a homage to Mario 3, with the power-ups, the levels, the themes, and even the bosses. So, with that little introduction out of the way, let's talk a little bit about the finer points to the Mario series and see how well this game stacks up to those important finer points and where it stacks up in the grand scheme of the Mario franchise. Start things off with story. Now, you're never going to see this one coming, okay? This is a total twist. Bowser, the king of the Koopas, captures Princess Peach, and Mario has to go and save her. It's pretty crazy, huh? I never saw that coming. Okay, this is kind of a little bit of a joke, because see, the Mario series, well, its story really doesn't much matter. It's the same formula over and over again. Bowser gets bored, catches Princess Peach, Mario has to go save her. It's kind of funny because even inside jokes are done about this in the Mario series. I think at one point in Super Mario, the new Super Mario for the Wii, Princess Peach sends you a letter and even says, Mario, I got captured again. You're gonna have to save me again this time. It's like, seriously, you self-entitled. Oh, you think I'm gonna just save you? Why don't you just not get captured? But seriously, that seems to be the theme of all Mario games, is that Princess Peach get captured and you have to go save her. And you know what? Mario fans don't care. It's a formula that has worked for 25 plus years. It's a formula that's going to work for this game. Although they try to throw a little spin on it, and that is the Tanuki, and I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. The Tanuki power-up is given to not only you, but given to all your enemies, including Bowser. So it adds a little bit of a new element, the fact that your enemies can use one of your power-ups. Not as effectively as you, but at least they can use it, and it's something different. But again, like I said, story is just a complete, absolute joke. Let's move on to the real topics. Let's start things off with level and game control. So, first and foremost is the levels. There's a total of, technically, 16 plus worlds. There's the regular 8 worlds, and then there's the special worlds. Now, the game does not end at the original 8 worlds, because the story continues into the special worlds, and then you go back to the 8 worlds. So you have those worlds, the special worlds, and among all the worlds, you got these star coins, and you have to pick up the 3 star coins and collect as many star coins as you can to advance on to the next stage. Some stages you don't need star coins, most normal stages you don't, but some boss levels and some of the special stages you do. And while you don't need all the star coins to beat the game, you need at least, I believe, 290, so quite a lot. The star coins aren't necessarily difficult to find. Some of them can be a little tricky. Like in the first level, the second star coin was annoying to find. But for the most part, you can find the star coins if you actually go out and look for them. And when it comes down to the actual platforming and control of the game, it is a full-fledged 3D adventure for Mario. This is cleaner and crisper than Mario 64 or Super Mario Sunshine. Not quite at Galaxy's level, but still, it's a very clean, crisp atmosphere with different kind of levels to go to. You can control Mario basically with 3 different controls, although there's more. There is the joystick that moves Mario around, the B button to do either attack or to speed up, and then the A button to jump. So those are the basic controls. There's obviously the touch feature that allows you to initiate a power up, maybe the L and R, or maybe like on the touch screen there's two arrows that you can do to slightly change the camera angle, which never actually helps. And they actually use the gyroscope to help you out throughout the game, which is good. You like have to go into cannons and use the gyroscope to aim, and it works out very nicely. Kind of like in the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, the gyroscope actually works very well for this. So that's the basic overall design. The levels are all in 3D, and there's many different kinds of levels, from normal levels to ice levels to fire levels to so on and so forth. When it comes down to the power-ups, you get some standard power-ups that are, for the most part, pretty balanced. Although the main power-up, the Tanuki suit, is really the bread and butter of the game. You're going to wear that, and that's probably going to be the best power-up you're going to get, because it allows you to jump and kind of slower your descent and control it. This may not seem pretty good, but trust me, when trying to find those damn coins and trying to get from place to place and avoid Bowser's blasts, it comes in really handy. There's three variants on the Tanuki suit. There's the regular, then there's the Special World Tanuki suit, which allows you to turn into the stone statue where you put your hand out like this. And then there's the Golden Tanuki suit that only shows up when you start dying a lot and it makes you invincible. Basically, it's saying, you're bad at this game, you need the Golden Tanuki suit. I only need it once, and it's only because I kept on screwing up trying to get one of the star coins. There's also the Boomerang suit, which is a new suit introduced into this, which basically you get a boomerang and you throw it. At first, I didn't think the suit was really that useful, but it does have its places because you can use it to get star coins. There's also the Propeller Box, which isn't really necessarily suit, but it is a power-up. You got your standard two power-ups, which is the Mushroom, which makes you into normal Mario if you're smaller Mario. And then you also have the Fire Flower, which is, you know, almost in all Mario games. Although, I don't think it was in Mario Sunshine, and it definitely wasn't in Mario 64. So, there are a few games where it doesn't show up. But those are the general power-ups. There's a few more here and there, but those are the main ones that you're going to go with. Obviously, there's stars. There's always going to be stars, the invincibility star. But those are the standard power-ups. Let's talk a little bit about difficulty curve. When it comes down to the Mario 3D Land, when I went into the game, it was an incredibly easy game. I was blasting through the levels like they were nothing. But eventually the game starts to get a little bit more challenging, and at some points it becomes really challenging. It has an interesting difficulty curve because, see, for the first 8 worlds, it's going to be a very easy run for you, especially for experienced Mario players. But once you get to the special worlds, there'll be some challenging and fun stuff there. So the first 8 worlds are really for newer players or people that have been away from the Mario series for some time. Then, when you go into the second half of the game, it gets much more challenging, a lot more fun for the experienced Mario players or the older crowd. So it has actually a very good difficulty curve. It starts off as very easy, but it becomes kind of difficult. Never tedious, but becomes a bit difficult, which is good. And then the overall boss battles are actually pretty interesting. See, the thing about Bowser, God bless Bowser, he is the most overused villain in all the video games, and he really gets kind of boring after a while. It's the same old thing over and over again. But I have to say the Bowser battles in this were actually pretty fun, particularly the World 8 Bowser battle. Was actually pretty fun and interesting. It wasn't just I run towards him or I grab his tail or I have to pound him in a certain way. I have to run while he shoots me and avoid him and do certain things. It was actually pretty fun. Bowser's not the only boss in this. There's also Dry Bowser, which is, if you know Dry Bones, is just a Dry Bones version of Bowser. You meet him in the World 8 for the special worlds. So overall, the difficulty curve is pretty good. Inviting for new players and for the younger crowd, but at the same time, it has that experience, that difficulty level for the experienced crowd and for the older crowd too. So, with that said, let's actually get down to the nitty-gritty on whether or not you should get it. Super Mario 3D Land, when I went to it, I wasn't overly that impressed. But as I continued through the game and continued playing it, it became incredibly addictive. It became challenging, and it became, here's the key word, fun. The game is addictive, challenging, and fun. It may not start off that way. You might go through the first 5 worlds and go, this is easy. But as you progress through the game, it gets only better and better. The mechanics in this is great. The graphics in this is great. The power-ups are well balanced. The enemies are fun, and the levels are really good. This is a great Mario game. And I didn't expect it to be, but it turned out to be really good. I dare say this, although the 3DS doesn't have many titles out there, this is probably the best title on the 3DS thus far. It's just really good, and it's definitely a must-get recommendation. I was surprised on how much I like this game. I'm a big Mario fan. I'm not as big of a Mario fan as I am a Zelda or Resident Evil, but I'm still a big Mario fan. So I definitely recommend picking this up. Get it. It is good. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.